that Dad would always watch Popeye cartoons? Did you know Dad won MVP award for soccer? Did you know that Mom did 17 sweaters during one winter? And that's been corrected to 22 now. Did you know that Dad was once pulled over for speeding and explained to the cop that he was racing to get home before he ran out of gas? Did you know that Mom can't lie, not even when playing a practical joke? Did you know that Mom is scared of bears? Did you know that according to Mom, nothing good happens after midnight? Did you know that Dad has a favorite nobody? Now, to describe that, I think everybody remembers the song that came out a few years called Nobody. Well, Dad used to have a favorite nobody also. Do you know that Mom calls her favorite son-in-law Honey? Do you know that years ago Dad would cheat when playing Trouble with Mary Ann just to see her reaction to losing? Did you know that Dad hated Canada when he first came, but that soon changed when he met Mom? Did you know that did you know that Mom heard chewing noises in her closet for a few nights? But little did she know that during those same nights, Linda's hamster was loose. Now, the one rule that Linda had to follow when she had the hamster was that it did not get loose. It was lost for a couple of days and Mom never knew about it. Did you know that Tony Joanne had to wash Dad's car every Saturday? And this one still applies. Did you know that Mom always calls her kids before 8 o'clock in the morning because she is sure that they will be there? And we still haven't trained her to do otherwise. At this time, I'd like to ask Mark to come up and say a few words. Ben, I'd like to thank you again for saving my life on my buck and dough. For that, I won't mention any stories about you. But I got one for you, honey. Maybe before I get into the main story, I'll tell you the story behind the honey. When I first started going out with Mary Ann, my uncle used to be in the honey business, and I used to bring over honey to their house every now and then. And one Christmas came around, and Rhea gave me a real nice present. And on the card it said, "Thank you, honey." But the card was folded over, and it said, "Thank you for the honey." Anyways, I got a little story about Rhea here. About 3 or 4 years ago, the Ross family invited me to go with them to Canada's Wonderland. This is just shortly after I started going out with Mary Ann. Well, naturally, I was on my best behavior, trying to put on a good impression. Anyways, while we were there, we came across this game where the person would guess your age. And if they were out by more than 4 years, you got to win a prize. Well, from the first day I saw Rhea, I was overwhelmed how youthful she looked for her age. And numerous of times I told her this. I immediately encouraged her to participate in the age guessing game. I knew that this game would really boost her ego, since everybody guesses her age far less than what it is. Most of all, I knew she would definitely win a prize. Well, Rhea, you did win a prize that day. Anyways, the prize she got, I didn't see it for quite a while until the other day I came across it at home. And I brought it with me. I'd just like to call up Rhea so I can present you again with the prize in front of everybody. Can you come up here for me for a second? I keep it close to my heart. She's got a little heart that day. finish the rest of the story? Well, she won a beautiful heart that day. By the way, the lady that was guessing Rhea's age was way off. She was off by 16 years. And that's why she got little hearts. She guessed Rhea's age to be 58. I tell you, I didn't win any goodie points that day. I didn't know what to say, so I just looked at her and smiled. Look at the bright side. At least you won a prize. Thanks. At this time, I'd like to ask Donna Stewartson to come on.
I would like to say on behalf of the neighbours, we're pleased to be included in this. We see all the relatives from both sides up here, and we know how hard it is to pick out who you could invite to your party. But I'm sure glad you decided to include your neighbours. We used to get together in the neighbourhood with all the different traditions and put on a Christmas dinner. And it's real nice to see the Dutch tradition up here. And I will say one thing, that our Dutch neighbors moved in and they sure taught us how to party, boy. They partied till the sun came up. It's amazing how fast we caught on to that. We have a gift here. Ben would hurry up, Ben. I'm not going to We are real pleased to be neighbors with Ben and Rhea. They're always there, and I know if we had to call on them, or when we do, they're always there to help us. We in our 8th concession and in that neighborhood tend to please our husbands, and we keep them smiling. If you see all the smiling faces, and look how Ben smiles. You see, he got what he wanted. Just hold on. Now, I have to give credit to Rhea, because she kept saying that Ben keeps wanting to know, why doesn't someone give us PowerPoint? Even I was up there last night, he looked at the bottom of the box ahead and goes, I thought maybe there was PowerPoints in there. And I have to give David Geller credit for saying, let's paint them silver. And we have to give Sanders Farm Equipment the credit for painting them silver.
Okay, can I ask Brenda Lumen to come up now? For the next part of our program, I'd like to ask Joe to get the lights. Wrong door, Joe. Wrong door again. Time out? Okay, time out. Wednesday night, they all got together for a little practice. And when they were done, I think Ton and Ellie, Ton and Mary, and Irma kind of stayed around for a little while, and they started drinking a lot of coffee. And you know, if you drink coffee, you get a little bit hyper and you can't sleep. So they decided to have a glass of wine, try and calm them down, which Ton and Mary did. This was all secondhand, okay, so I hope I'm getting the story right. Okay, so Ton and Mary, she gets in the car and she's on the way home. And she's just singing at the top of her lungs like nothing else matters. She's just on the road and she is singing. And she's almost at home when she notices there's a policeman behind her. Oh, but this time she's already signaling to go into the laneway, so I guess she went in. Police is still following her, and they follow her in, and the policeman starts talking to her, and she was so intent on singing, she just kept going faster, faster, and faster, and she was clocked at 104 kilometers an hour. And the policeman gave her 2 warnings,